Hello there, welcome back to the Ottomans, where we currently are, well, at war with France due to the fact that they decided to declare war on me under conquest. So, what we'll be doing here is sorting them out, hopefully. Can't really promise anything, still. We have navy issues, of course, and other things to consider as well, so, well, all in all, we are not in a very good position, because the closest harbour here in Mercia, I can't actually get any harbors closer than that, so if they place their entire navy there, we would most likely be toast. So, let's hope that does not happen, and let's hope they just stay in this place here. So, we'll send our navies back to pick up the last amount of troops here. The French do have some exiled units here, which is kind of weird. Probably bad, or the fact that the AI can't handle them properly, but that's fine by me. Please have some more trouble with that, if you please. I guess we should save our diplomacy points for now. I'm a little bit tempted to take this one, but I also think that we should go for this one due to the fact it has a whole point to artillery fire, which is kind of important right now. So, we'll be getting the last remnants of our troops, and then we'll be testing ourselves against this annoying big blue blob here. Hopefully we can take them back, take back the lands they stole, and hopefully we can also bypass these this navy here, because it's a little bit bigger than I like. I should probably keep these guys in the area. I can just march them through the lands in worst case scenario. I will definitely get the military access here to Venice, and as such we can definitely test out our armies to their full capacity. So let's do that. Let's march here, and once we actually get an interesting battle, I'll get back to you. Until then, we'll just allow or set up our armies. I guess I should place them here in the mountains already, just to make sure that we actually have some sort of defenses against, well, the annoying Frenchmen. And right now it seems like most of the troops are actually, most of the troops are actually over here. They do have two provinces here, and this is kind of good, because the split up armies means that I can, to some extent, simply march and kill them all in close succession. So we'll be attacking this Milanese army here, hopefully destroy it. I'm kind of tempted to buy some, or recruit a general here. I think I have, or can have, a extra one. No, I have the one that I can have. So, we'll place the general over here. And hopefully now, if we defeat this Milanese army, which we will, as you can see here, pretty good already, then we basically have control of this war. We can send this army back to deal with the Frenchies who are currently in our lands. We'll just make sure that we destroy every little Milanese guy here. And then we'll also go ahead, I think, start sieges of in Tuscany itself. Just get that one out of the way. And also now we'll most likely be able to completely destroy the Milanese army. So all in all, we had a pretty good start to this war. And yes, I will march the army back and deal with these guys. So we'll continue, and we'll see how this turns out. I'll also destroy, I thought, the Milanese army, but apparently there's a French one here as well. So that is kind of bad, but once again, you can really see the difference in army strength compared to what it was before now, thanks to the fact that our army, well, kind of works now compared to before, and also I have full manpower, so losing a unit or 5 even doesn't really make that much of a difference here. We'll just go ahead, hunt down armies, be aggressive, and hopefully we'll be able to pull a victory out of the hat while we do this. So, we'll see how it goes. Most likely it will be a victory here, and most likely we'll send the Frenchmen home crying. So, let's just continue. A stack wipe here of 12,000. I'll send this army back home. I'm kind of tempted to split it up, but just to be sure, in case they have some more troops over here, we'll not do that. This is what, 5? How many? 5, 6, 7 3 units, no, 8 3 units, and 1 4 units. So, it's actually about, my math's kind of bad right now, so it's about 30,000. I think, if my math is not completely bad, which is most likely is. But yeah, we'll hunt down these armies and then we'll deal with that 10,000 man Oldenburg army afterwards. I kind of have to keep an eye over here. I don't want to be too aggressive right now. I want to make sure that I have secured this area, and then we'll go through Milan and then France. So, let's see how this works out by the end, if we can pull a victory out of the hat here. Let's get going. As you can see, I've split them up into 10,000 man divisions. We are still doing fairly well on the battle scheme of things. As you can see here, we have we actually are pulling a lot of victories out of the hat here. So if we can destroy this army in Canton and also that army there, then it's basically done and over with. They will not get these guys out of exile, so 16,000 men is unaccounted for, or can be removed. I have basically the entire army in my sights here. If we remove that one, let's just be fair, 70,000, there's, what, 18? Well, I've kind of a lot of men unaccounted for. But even so, right now, I think that the French will get into a lot more wars as I wear them out and start causing some, to some extent, severe problems for them. I might have to move my troops a little bit more around, be a little bit more flexible with them. But even so, we should be able to crush them, and the fact that I get Relentless Drill there to give even another boost to my morale, as you can see here, 4.8 versus 7.6. 7.6, I believe that's an achievement. That's an achievement, but it's probably base morale, if I'm not completely mistaken. So, not too bad, not too shabby. Couldn't really do much better. But the fact that we are losing here is kinda weird, and kinda scary. So we'll send troops to help, and we did win that, or save that army, some weird way. But even so, it's kind of bad. We'll have to see if we can get these 40,000 men out of this area and over to France itself. We'll see how it turns out. So the French have actually started to unite their troops here, and that is of course it's worrisome, let's just be honest about that, because of the fact that I can win on morale, but I can't just keep on dragging this out. I have to finish the battles, destroy the troops, otherwise this will just last forever. But at the very least now it seems that we are once again on the upside. Our troops are destroying their armies and not the other way around. And that in itself is of course very promising. And also, as I said, hunt down these smaller armies and just destroy them while I have the opportunity. That is definitely going to be a priority. And hopefully here, I can get Milan out of this by sieging Lombardia. Hopefully. Once again, not anything that I really can promise, but at the very least I can just keep on doing these little kind of tick attacks. Let's see, run there. Good. And as you can see, if I can just keep getting my troops into a position where I can choose the battleground and I can choose basically everything, I should be able to get a victory out of this, even though they are now attacking with basically the entire army here. So 38,000, that is, well, it's not their entire army, but it's a big part of it. 16,000 there, 38,000 there. I believe there's still someone over here. So yeah, we are doing fairly well. I think I can start actually bribing people out of this. Tuscany would leave actually if they give them the opportunity. I can't actually vassalize them yet. So it's kind of tempting to just do that, but I also kind of want to take this one, Siena, basically because the Pope has a claim to it. But I think in this case we'll just allow things to go as one might imagine. And I still have a little pet peeve that small nations that you can't vassalize them. Honestly, in my opinion, it shouldn't go on base tax. It should go on a combination of base tax and provinces. If your country is less than, let's say, 3 provinces, just for the sake of it, also because I want to take Tuscany. Well, of course you rejected my offer just because I decided to move. Let's just say if we have a country on at the size of, as I said, Tuscany, that they would actually be possible to vassalize simply, no matter how high the base tax was, but simply due to the fact that they are how should I put this? Simply based on the reasoning that they have a small nation, more or less. They have 3 provinces. They can't really do much with 3 provinces, and I have to actually vassalize Venice with just Venice, the city. Then things are going to get a little bit silly, if you ask me. So yeah, I'd definitely like it if there were some way that they would actually add a limited like that. What we will do now is send these guys back home, because these are both 20k units. They need to be reinforced ASAP. So hopefully we'll be able to pull off a reinforcing here. And if not, then we kind of will be in trouble. But yeah, we can just pull our troops slowly but surely backwards, and that should definitely help here. As you can see, we cannot actually command or demand anything, but I'm pretty sure that the French manpower should start to dwindle quite a bit here. French have 38,000 men left and 80,000 in play. I'm a little bit unsure if, but I think Milan will actually be able to, well, they could. I thought they could be persuaded, but I was clearly wrong. But at least when a capital fails, they'll be persuaded by, well, that. So what we will be doing here, I think, is retreat, a tactical retreat for the time being, just to reinforce our troops. And worst case scenario, these guys will have to run. but I think I should be fairly safe if I just place all of them in the mountains, and I think sieging the capital will be enough here. So we'll just stand back, allow our well, troops to replenish, and we'll see if we can make Milan give up this. Apparently I paid a little bit too little attention again, but I could at least force them away. So I guess we'll retreat a little bit further back, just to be on the safe side here. So hopefully we can replenish enough troops to actually make things work, or they will do me a favor and just split off their army again into smaller units so I can just slaughter them that way. It seems to be the case here that they're actually doing that, so I'm just going to go back here and exploit the AI's, well, weakness in this case, the fact that they are splitting up their army. And as you can see, I can get Milan out of this now. And 10 prestige, just getting them out of this for that, is actually a fairly good deal if you ask me. It should hurt the French because of the fact that they are starting to more or less be alone here, only them, and I can definitely be hurting their, I can definitely start hurting them now, fairly substantially indeed, if I can just get these guys too over to Spain. So that will be the goal, get another 20k unit to Spain, and then we'll start sieging, and then we'll start hunting, and that should definitely be enough here to start forcing some serious, well, I guess you could say we'll be focusing some serious damage, and also the fact now that these armies are more or less replenished, those guys are actually retreating for some reason, and I have no idea here if we'll actually win this or not. It seems like not, once again. Kind of bad of me not paying attention here, and those guys decided, I want you to run south, and then you decide to run north. That is the most shittiest. Funny thing is, they're actually not running that far, are they? Let's see here. Where are you going? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I missed by 4 spots, but that's about it. This French army here is stuck, and we have manpower advantage, I think. So I guess we'll just go straight out sieging here and try and get the mountain provinces in our grasp here before anything else happens. But apparently there was actually a French army in those mountains. Damn it. This sucks. I'm doing a lot of mistakes I shouldn't be doing. Well, we'll try to make things work like this then. So you guys need to get your asses back to the battlefield, and we'll send ships to pick you up. But yeah, we are, even though I'm screwing up quite a bit here, we are not doing too shabbily, hopefully. We'll see if we can, to some way or another, make this work or not. Hopefully we can, but once again, it's not actually something that I can promise. We'll just do slowly but surely, trying to siege forward and trying to make the French pay once they actually go ahead and attack us like this. But once again, we are losing far too many troops, and they are virtually losing none. Well, we lost the same amount this time, but even so, it's kind of ridiculous. So, once again, retreat back home, reinforce, and then we'll fight the Frenchies when they come back. The Utrechts, or Utrechtians, should actually just fall. And with this addition, I guess we might as well call it a day, or hopefully be able to call it a day. Let's see how we're doing troop-wise. French have a little bit more, but once again, I have the superior manpower gain, so I should be fine. But I'll just allow time to pass it, skip the small battles, show the big ones. I'm doing too many elementary mistakes in these wars. That is currently more or less the only reason why I'm actually losing, or losing at all, as you might imagine. I should probably have waited a little bit more in the mountains, not really. Once again, the French army is just standing right around the corner waiting. So, when can we retreat? Can we retreat? There we can retreat, good. So, what do we want to do? Probably want to try and force them to not attack that one. And they do have a fairly big army here. So, I guess we'll retreat once again and try and pick them off as we get along here. So, nothing more or nothing much more than that we can really do. So, let's see, can I... Well, they attacked that army now and we'll be joining up with the rest. So, they should get quite painful here. I can sacrifice coins, and I think I will do that. And also, considering my income, I should probably have bought a ton of mercenaries. I have no idea why I'm doing this many mistakes, but I'm kind of not feeling too well. I guess that's why. Getting sick again. which once again sucks, but nothing I really can do with that. And unfortunately, I'm kind of behind on my schedule already, recording and uploading schedule, due to the simple fact that some things have not gone as planned. So I guess I'm probably just stressed out, and that is currently affecting the quality of my warfare. And I do apologize for that, and I will try to rectify my, well, bad gameplay in the time to come. I guess that is the best I can promise, and nothing really more than that. I can invest in new technology, and why haven't I done so already? I'm stupid. So, last thing we'll do is do a upgrade of all three. Military tech, reach 16, which gives a boost in combat with, artillery fire and artillery shock, can use charge infantry and build an arsenal. Now we are almost at the same level. Damn it. I can now take another group of ideas. Can build town hall and treasury, and my maximum colonial range has been increased by 50. I have a naval morale increased by 0.2, maintenance by 20%, and I can now build 2 new ships. So all in all, fairly well, fairly good. Should help out a little bit, as well as the mercenaries should. Big question, what should we take as our new unit? I'm very tempted to take quality, as you know. I do like these ideas. So, more offensive for that match. Leader shock, national manpower, leader fire, force limits discipline. All these are quite good. Discipline plus 15%. I think we'll actually go offensive first. Yeah, we'll go offensive. And basically just now create the best military there is. So, we'll do that next time, or at least try to continue the war with France. We do have 50% war score. So I think we can actually, if we want to leave this war, can force them to hand over the things they stole. And I actually can do that, which is kind of surprising. Also, I've forced them to hand over Poitou to Auvergne. And I'm kind of actually tempted to just do this. Basically, get back Guyane. I'm a little bit unsure what else I want to do. I'm also kind of not wanting to actually give that one, so I'll have a holy war in the future. So I'm a little bit on the fence here. I want to actually do, as you might imagine. So I guess I'll ponder it until next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.